We are roll.
All right, what up, everybody? 3 things we want to touch on here at In the Guard, real quick. Mike's lock of the night. He berated me and Jody about Tony Ferguson, so he's got some explaining to do real quick.
Well. So coming off the heels of UFC
Is he washed or not?
I'm still not willing to say he's washed because round 1. Tony Ferguson was looking good, and everything I was bragging about last week looked like it was coming to fruition. He was hurting Chandler. He made Chandler go in and shoot because he didn't want to stand with him. Fucked up his eye real fast. And, he might have lost round 1 because of that takedown, but it was good. It was a good round 1 performance. I was feeling good about having money on Tony Ferguson, right? And round 2, Michael Chandler landed a beautiful strike. What could you say? Like, there was a perfect kick.
Made him look like he was sucking on dentures. Like his whole face was caked.
It was flawless. It was. Like, I don't want to say it's lucky because it was set up perfectly. He saw the opening. He planned it. But there's been 3 or 4 front kick knockouts in UFC history. Like, it's just so opportunistic that it happened, and fucking Michael Chandler struck on like a viper.
Yeah.
So I got to give him credit for that. But that was a beautiful fucking kick. Now, I think Tony Ferguson could still beat a lot of lightweights in the world. A lot of
Well,
them.
I mean, what happened? How does he come back from this? Because sometimes you get knocked out like that, you don't ever come back.
But there's a lot of people at 155 he could still beat. Is he beating the fucking champion? No, at never.
Probably not the top 5
picture.
at all. He's been beat by
Michael Chandler.
Chandler,
Though. He was hurting Michael Chandler.
Oliveira, Dariush, 3 that have beat him right there.
People.
Gaethje, all 4 of them have beat him.
He's already lost to those people, but. Again, we had Joe Lozon and Donald Cerrone on this card fighting at 155. So there is a place for Tony Ferguson to say absolutely wash.
Ferguson Connor,
we
let's
had
go.
OSP and Shogun on the same fucking card. Like so wash, but do I want to see Tony Ferguson doing that? Right? He's obviously taken a ton of damage, even in his wins, right? That's the way Tony Ferguson fights. First time he's been fucking KO'd was a drastic fucking traumatizing fucking knockout where like he was dead on the floor. As a fan, I think I'd like to see him walk away because I just don't want to see what he's going to become. Right. I could see Diego Sanchez. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about the fight of the night. Rose.
This is my new favorite
best fight I've ever seen
of all time. Like something that's so bad it's great. That's what this was. It was like snakes on a plane for a fight. It was so bad.
Where do you even start? Like, do you talk about the Patrick Berry debacles? Do you talk about?
Well, it just was 2 people fucking staring at each other for 25 minutes.
So bad.
Somebody had to be a winner. Like, I was talking 9-9. I guess
I think it was a draw, man.
9-9 rounds. We were talking about last time. There is 10-10s.
Yeah.
I think they all should have been 10-10s.
Right.
Like, that was nobody did anything worth fighting in that. I've talked shit about, like, bad decisions. Like, I don't even know if you call this a bad decision. Like,
imagine if the judges would have been like, all 3 judges score it 50-50.
Yeah, that's what it should have been. I mean, I'd be like, that makes sense.
No, it should have been 45-45.
Yeah.
They shouldn't even get 10.
They all get 9. It was just fucking bad. I mean, I think, I'm paying my my dime store psychologist, but I think that fucking trauma from Rose when they fought the last time, she got in that cage and all those feelings came back. And then plus, like you said, Pat Barry fucking feeding her.
She pretty
head.
much said it at the press conference. She's like, I don't get points for good defense. So she was defensive the whole entire fight. Like, she didn't want to engage.
You don't actually.
No.
That's the scoring, Rose.
Effective striking and grappling.
Right. And like you have Pat Barry who was being supportive of her emotions and stuff. But there's ways you can be fucking telling her, I don't know who's winning this fight. It's close. You have to go do something. It could be 3-0 you. It could be 0-3. There's no way you could be confident that she was winning after any of those rounds.
So we're gonna get Carla fights the winner of Weili.
And Joanna's gonna get her fucking title back.
Thug Rose.
Thug
Rose gets the loser.
Thug Rose may never fight again.
Or she gets Dern.
If Thug Rose walked away and never fought, would you be that surprised?
I wouldn't.
I would.
From
not
a mental
be that
standpoint, I
right.
would not.
Right. Who knows?
Anyway, short reign for Carla is my prediction.
Ice somebody. Oh yeah. That's the worst champion since fucking Peter Yan.
Du Bronx.
All right.
Du Bronx.
I mean, this is the script.
Man,
this
motherfucker.
When we broke this fight down, it pretty much happened just like we said it was going to happen, right? We knew that Du Bronx was going to get hit. I thought that Gaethje would be the one to crack him. It looked like he was going to.
Dude, it's been the same template. The last 3 fights just changed the body.
Right?
I mean, pretty much.
I don't know. How do you beat Charles Oliveira? How do you
You
Khabib
have
comes
to engage
back.
the grappling, I think, at this point.
And I don't.
You have to really get
You
down
gotta put
there
him on
and
his-
smother him. And
Like, I'm
ground
sure
him.
he saw, but
Yeah,
have
but
you seen
Gaethje
his
cracked
guard?
him a couple times, opened up his eye.
Man.
You know, I
yeah,
thought,
but like Dustin did the same.
So did fucking Chandler.
So did Chandler.
10-8'd him.
Yeah.
Chandler beat the shit out of him in round 1.
You can't finish that motherfucker.
How do you win? I would try to not engage him as much as possible and see what happens late in the fight.
Well, he engages. That's the thing. Like that, he comes pressure. You knock him
But
down. He
I
gets up.
might even
he
want to
comes for-
sacrifice a run to just
Yeah.
back off, whatever, and see if he gets tired. That might be the path to get him. Because other than that, you ain't knocking him out. I don't see to be fucking. The last 3 guys, how do you hit him any harder? You don't do it. Like the 3 guys all have fucking put fucking
Perfect
bricks into
shots.
his face, putting him on the ground, and he comes back and wins. And then he's not the champ on paper, but he isn't. He is to me.
yeah, I think everybody agrees with that. He's the champ.
But I
right
do
now.
hate that whole fucking scale nonsense bullshit they were talking about though, because
I think it's fucked up that non-title fights can have a pound over.
that is
Well, my thing is, it's such a big stink about a half a fucking pound. Like you could have swept that shit under the rug.
well, but also
Like, you could have swept that under the rug. You could have
Well,
avoided all
But
this.
on the flip side,
I get it.
They were complaining about scales. Justin Gaethje stepped on that scale. Rose Namajunas, Carlos
Everybody
Esparza,
did.
all stepped on that fucking scale. And even if it was different and off, I liken it to be like, hey, I showed up to work late. My watch was on time, but the work clock.
Well, they're
was
talking
late.
about-
Like, it doesn't matter what you're watching.
Dana
it's
was
what the work
saying
clock says,
something
you
about
know?
security in the back rooms for the other scales that the UFC provide. They're thinking maybe there's tampering going on with his or something. Because he came out and he
that
was
is
confident he
some-
made weight back there.
That
Right.
is some. It could just be different scales read differently.
Well,
you can
yeah.
hop on 3 different
What's
scales.
a half
and-
a fucking
But
pound?
it's not gonna
Well,
be that much
well,
weight,
he was
you
saying
know?
something about as well because like all the foreign people they'll go kilograms, and there is
Right.
a little bit of
That's what I'm saying. That's
so they need to keep that shit at pounds,
Yeah, it's.
and then measure and then convert on their
And
phone. or some
Charles
shit.
has a history of missing weight. That's why he's a lightweight. He's done it. That tied
But
the record for
goddamn,
weight missing.
half a pound.
He tied the record.
And but then he
for weight
leaves.
missing.
He tries again 2 more times, right?
Yeah.
And then he still doesn't lose a half a pound. Do you think he just didn't try because he didn't want to exert
I mean,
himself?
he didn't shave his head. Like I know that's not
I've
a lot
seen
of
that
weight,
done before.
but yeah, you start cutting your hair, you do whatever you
Yeah.
can to
I'll go
fucking
fucking go puke
Dude,
in
he
the
did.
bathroom,
He
man.
didn't look tired or anything. He looked great.
right.
Yeah.
That's
No.
what's so interesting about it.
No, I mean,
I mean,
I think he went through his normal weight cut and they got him down to 155. It's a half a pound.
Yeah.
It's a half a pound.
Or maybe he thought that half a pound. I don't know.
I mean, it's an error. I don't think he's a fucking terrible.
He's the
person.
champ. I don't care about the technicality
Exactly,
a lot.
for sure.
He's the
Yeah,
champion.
I mean, if he were a couple pounds, then I feel like all right.
If I was Justin Gaethje, I'd be really pissed at that picture they're using. That's a terrible picture. He's such a dork
It's
right
like,
there.
go- keep his beard. Get rid of that goatee.
They should do the dork picture where he's got his
Yeah.
Coke bottle
I
glasses.
don't know what's next for Justin Gaethje.
Dude, he's what 1-2.
Oh, he's 0-2 for that title.
Yeah, and 1-2 in his last 3. He's only beat Ferguson, right?
The twos are Khabib and you got the two.
I think there's a lot of good
lightweight
fights here.
bolts
I think
right
there's
now.
a lot of good fights here for Connor.
But the thing about
Chandler,
like,
Gaethje.
Gaethje's career's not over, but I don't think he can ever contend for a
Dude,
title.
he's too
He's
one-dimensional.
gotta win a couple fights and work his way. Listen, he didn't get stomped by Oliveira. He clipped
Yeah.
Oliveira, let him win
Well, that's
2
a
or
Justin
3
Gaethje
fights,
fight.
and he'll come back.
Justin
and-
Gaethje's kill or be killed. That's what he is.
Yeah, but-
he himself said before this fight, I got 5 more wars. He's
Maybe
got
this
5
he
more
starts
wars.
looking for the money fights, the
He
red
should.
panty nights.
He should. I mean, the title's not all it's cracked up. He had 2 shots at it. Go after Conor. Call
Yeah.
out Conor, Justin Gaethje. Go
Dos
for it.
Anjos.
Anything. Dos Anjos not a money fight though. That's
That's
a
true.
legacy fight, but not a money fight.
Let's move on. I think one more I think we should touch on is the Royval fight because it was fight of the night.
Which is interesting.
That was
Tony.
fight of the night?
That was fight of the night, and I don't want to throw this out there, but Matt Schnell lost his mother during his training camp.
Right.
Did he?
And,
Yeah.
yeah, during the training camp, and that was like, oh man,
And
I
he
had
still
just put
showed
money
up,
on
and he still
Royval,
fought.
and I was like, oh man, maybe I should put the money on.
So
Schnell.
maybe
Well,
there
he-
was something to do with that. There, I mean, it was a good fight, but it wasn't like it was like
No, I don't think other guy. Look, that's a Royval fight.
fucking Clayton and Vergara was a fucking awesome fight.
Yeah. Oh, you think about the win? I think about the way he lost. The reason he lost. No, yeah, the reason he got that award.
Yeah.
I think also too. Matt Snell's had fights canceled like 4 or 5 times in a row. Dana might
Yeah.
be throwing a bone because he's missing that money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like because his last 3 or 4 fights have been canceled, with especially him and Perez.
Yeah.
So I think that might be a little bit of it too. Yeah, the Vergara
Yeah.
fight with Rodriguez was really
and
good.
and apparently
The fucking Gaethje Oliveira fight was great too, man. For the 1 minute, and
Raw Dog's a replacement for the flyweight.
he should
title.
be. I mean, although he can't fuck with.
So did they even announce that fight? Is that Moreno Figgy or is it Karkar France Figgy?
I
No,
think
they
it's
were
Tyler
talking.
Fine.
I don't think they announced it yet. They were
Because
talking at
Moreno's
the
racist.
post-fight presser
Mm-hmm.
yesterday. All right, that'll be our wrap up for 270.
Danny Roberts officially sucks. I was right on that one. I got Gaethje wrong. I got Carla right. I got Ferguson wrong.
Well, real quick, how do we
Carl
do
right.
on our whiskey and wagers?
I didn't do any book bets.
I did solid because first off, I had some live bets that were really good for me. Also, I like to play plus money, so you don't have to be that great to have a good night. Ferguson didn't hit for me. I had Journey Newsom. I also doubled up with Journey Newsom by decision.
Heavy on Journey.
I had under 1.5 for the main event. I had Justin Gaethje, didn't pay off. And what was the other underdog I had?
Ferguson.
Ferguson, that didn't pay off. But I did lay some money on Lupe Godinez by decision during the card while it was going on. I also did Blagoy even off. I had him heads up. And I also doubled down with him by submission. I didn't get the submission prop, but I did get the win of him. So
DraftKings was the disaster.
That cleaned me up. DraftKings what really fucked both of us kind of from having big nights. I could have some big nights, but the Donald
Two
Cerrone fight
things.
getting called off.
That and Rose.
Yeah.
The Cerrone fight more so, though.
Yeah, the
because
Cerrone Lozon killed half my lineups. I was already
that
down.
would have been a high-scoring fight.
Yeah.
That fight was going to be over in a lot. I did not take a full bath. I lost, I lost money for sure, but
30 of 70, so I got 40 back.
yeah. So it wasn't the night it could have been. But again, anytime you lose a fight, and a fight that I was targeted, I was in on that fight a lot, so it sucked. But I've had worse nights.
Yeah.
And then the book kind of saved that little loss in there.
I was 300 down.
It was looking good with Tony.
Yeah, Tony screwed me. Rose really screwed. I had a couple end parlays that Rose fucked for me. I did some live bets that were that turned out pretty. I live bet. I think did Roy Val go after the first round?
No, it was first.
No. Oh, I put Ivanov. I got him at plus money. After the first round, I was like, oh, man, Mike's in my ear going, if Lima doesn't end this in the first, he's over. And I was like, all right, here we go.
He won the last two.
And then Ivanov pulled out for me.
That was a close fight, though.
Yeah. I lost money on Chaos.
That was a really close fight.
Yeah, I live bet that one. I lost some money. And then I went all in on Rose and Justin at the end. And that was it. They both shit the bed on me. So,
now we know.
Now we know. Whatever. All right, now we've
Charlie
got
Olives.
UFC.
All right, we got 11 fights next weekend.
I think it's 52 or 53.
Blachowicz, Rakic.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the big name power, but I think from top to bottom, this card might be better than the one we just watched.
I think it's going to have less decisions. Probably more finishes for sure.
Starting with this main event, which we have the Rocket, who's kind of climbing his way to the top, versus the former champ, Jan Blachowicz, Polish power himself.
Well, so this is bad timing for Jan because he's been exposed with his grappling, and Rakic just come on. He's going to...
And plus, he's
going to grapple.
I know our champion's like 50.
Yeah.
But 39 years old.
30. And Rakic is
big. Big dude. He looks like a young fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, he is big.
Like he's a gigantic motherfucker. Strong. He wants to grapple. And we saw Jan's grappling exposed.
Yeah, can Jan knock him out? Sure, but I don't think he's going to have a chance.
But Rakic has been able to avoid that. I know it's Santos, and Santos has been that bad. He avoided this.
I mean, if you don't follow the Glover blueprint, you're stupid. You better just take him down and
Rakic
smother him.
He just got his brown belt like his last fight. Remember we made sure about because he was doing nothing. But he just got grappling is his key. He did it to Anthony Smith, right? If he goes in that blueprint, I think Jan struggles vitally.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't land that big punch, it's gonna go Rakic probably fucking 50-45 and it's be boring as shit.
Yeah, I'm going with Rakic to smother him for 5 rounds.
But Jan does have that punching power. I will be sprinkling some Jan in DraftKings.
Yeah.
I will be playing some
another
Jan.
thing to note is like Jan also was having some neck issues too because Glover's constant submission threats too. Like I don't know if Rakic will offer the same threat submission.
No, I think it's be more control though.
Yeah, it'd be more control.
My boy.
I don't trust Span. I think Kudalaba's going to knock Span
Ian
out.
Kudalaba is a motherfucker, all right? He's the what they call the Moldavian Hulk. Mm-hmm. Watch his weigh-ins, by the way. Which is funny because Ian Kudalaba is known for having some wild-ass fucking weigh-ins. Remember he grabbed Jacoby's head and great wrestler. I think he had 11 takedowns in one round against Jacoby. Some crazy
Jacoby came
shit
back
like
in
that.
Draw?
So it was 10-8 and then he lost that round. But he beat the fuck out of, what's his name, Clark.
Yeah.
To the point where Clark's teeth got knocked into the
And I
back
think
of his fucking head his last
Span's
fight.
decision to Clark too, though. But I think that
Yeah, but Kudalaba's decision was a lot different than Span's decision.
I don't see Span's too inconsistent. I think.
And I think he's a guy that once he breaks easy. His mental breaks when he fought Anthony Smith. As soon as Anthony Smith gave him any resistance, he kind of wilted.
He's gonna be big, way bigger though.
Then Kulaba?
Yeah,
He
6'5"
might
to
be
6'1".
taller. He might. They
80.
call him the Moldovan Hulk for a reason.
Well, he's gonna be more muscle,
and he's
for
gonna
sure.
be a way better wrestler.
Yeah, let's see. I
Way
think
better
Kulaba
wrestler.
knocks him out, but
I
or finishes him.
think ground and pound in round number 1.
Yeah.
All right. Smoke.
Come on, you guys already know.
Hey,
You watch this podcast.
I'm on the train with you right now on this one.
How can you bet against David Grant? Is way better than what
the
people
Last
say.
Samurai. I think Davy Grant gets the credit that he deserves. I think enough people recognize Davy Grant for sure. He's got fucking that crazy striking stuff. Fun fact, right? Won the first fight ever on Fight Island. Yeah. That's trivia for you. Davy Grant knocking out. Was it Tyson Nam?
Yeah, I think so.
Tyson Nam fucking just beat the piss off him.
David Grant's gonna knock out
Martin Day. It was Martin Day. Yeah,
I
mean, Louis Smoke is that wild card though that sometimes he shows up and
dude, he ain't beating David Grant. David Grant's only lost to the best. You know,
David Grant's a pretty good favorite.
Adrian Yanez.
No, he should be the favorite. No, Davy Grant should be the favorite for sure, and I think Davy Grant knocks Louis Smoka out. But Smoka has moments where he just looks like, oh, he turned the corner.
He's 8-8 in the UFC.
Right.
I think he had like 8 fights. He lost 4 in a row, got cut, won a
Lost,
few,
win,
come back.
He's due for a win.
Yeah.
Look at the pattern right there. Lost, win,
Yeah.
lost. He's had
It's his
issues
second
with
stint.
alcohol, right? Alcohol issues. He's supposedly sober now,
Yeah.
but he missed those. He was supposed to fight Sugar when Sugar fought Mutino. He was one that pulled out at the last second. So I mean, Louis Smoka sometimes shows him surprise. That's all I'll say. I think Davy Grant wins this fight 8 times out of 10, and most of the time by a knockout with a crazy fucking left hand.
Give him that Davy
left hand.
that left hook.
That left pail
Davy
lunge.
left.
All right, let's go.
Do we have to?
Now, this is going to be an interesting fight, right? Because can Hebas get this fight to the ground?
I don't think, even if she does, I don't think it matters.
I think it does.
I think Chukagan's underrated on the ground.
I mean, she trains with Danaher. She has the background.
Unless you're Valentina or somebody.
But
you know?
I've seen her in fights not look good in that position. She's great at keeping distance. She's great at pointing, and she's great at moaning.
Chukagan wins, but then the biggest thing is like, what then? She gets another fight at Valentina? She's been number 2 for how long? She keeps winning?
Yeah, I mean,
The only person to beat her was Andrade.
And I don't think they lined this kind of perfect, like slide underdog for sure. I hope more people start betting Chukagian. I might sprinkle a little bit on Hebas, but if you're gonna bet,
I hope
this
it's
one,
kind of the opposite.
I'd bet this one goes decision. That's what I would bet. Although, what happened with Andrade when she got hit in that gut? Right,
The body shot.
like what if a nice little body kick puts her in trouble? 'Cause it was a
But,
weird situation.
You know, Hebas can be a little bit chinny.
Yeah, but who's Chukagian?
Caitlyn-
Has she ever knocked anybody down?
She does until she does.
Has she ever knocked anybody down?
You know?
How many career? I wish we had looked at how many
Imagine,
career
like-
knockdowns does Chukagian?
I think she's a safe. 150 is not super expensive for a safe play.
I would honestly, if I was taking Chukagian, I would say wins by decision too.
Oh, for sure.
That's I would bet.
Like,
that.
I think it's-
to
and
get
I
my-
thi-
and then get that to some plus money.
She might be a leverage DK play. I think a lot of people will fade her. What if
See-
she knocks out Hebas?
No, that's not gonna happen.
Frank Camacho.
We got this is a fight that I'm gonna circle for DraftKings.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about Torres. He's come off Contender Series.
But
yeah?
they are. He can finish on both ways. He can sub you. He can knock you out. Camacho's.
He beat Colton England. Okay.
Camacho is the guy who gets
1 in
finished a
5.
lot.
1 in
He's the guy who gets finished.
1 in 4 in his last 5.
This is set up to, for Torres to come in and look good, but we just saw it last night with Vergara and Clayton.
Garcia.
It's that debut of the Dana White Contender Series. That's why I would like some Frank Camacho in DraftKings for sure, because that veteran who's been there that doesn't go away right away. That's the big thing with these Contender Series stars. They go on Dana White's Contender Series and they get a guy that's handpicked for them.
And how good is the Mexican regional circuit? Like, where would you rank it?
It's better than China's.
Better than Japan?
Yeah, I mean, because like Combate Americas is really fucking good. That's a good quality, organization.
I mean, it's nowhere near like
and then
Alaska circuit though,
But
right?
and at the end, the Mexico is fucking Mexico's a fighting fucking boxing.
Good
and
boxers.
that's in their DNA.
What is the size of these guys? Because Camacho's pretty stacked, isn't he?
About the
5'10",
same size.
73?
Yeah, I mean, I think that
32, 27?
Camacho is just a finished machine on the wrong side. That's why I think this is where Torres is going to go, and he's probably going to be a 9,000 option. But I am going to be playing some Frank Camacho in DraftKings.
Okay,
I
so we
guarantee
got
he'll be low priced.
the White Kong, Jake Hadley, coming off Contender Series.
Hadley
right?
should
Hadley
should win this fight by submission.
Alan Nascimento's not a terrible grappler, and he's more of a wrestler, Hadley, right?
Club and sub.
You
I
think?
think it's to be club and sub. Hadley missed weight on the Contender Series. Almost didn't get his contract recovered, but
Is he? Oh, he's the one
yeah, but
with the
he
big
Big
controversy.
mouth, all that shit.
It's his
Yeah.
first fight.
Yeah, so his first fight after winning.
Oh, he's that guy.
He's a bad
Okay.
motherfucker, though.
Okay.
He is a prospect, and they're gonna. He's kind of in the ilk of Conor McGregor,
Well, where
and
Sean
Paddy
and-
Pimblett, that UK
Yeah.
dude with the loud mouth and entertaining.
Sean and
fights.
Mick were pissed when Dana gave him the contract.
Right.
Yeah, okay, I remember that.
So, and he actually, he said some other shit too out there. Kind of talked shit afterwards too.
Yeah.
He wasn't really remorseful.
Yeah, he was like apparently he was a shit heel all week.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but he is a bad motherfucker in that cage, and he should win this fight
All right.
by a finish too.
Keep rolling here. What do we got?
Give me Andrea Lee. She's looking good lately.
Yeah. Well, apparently,
Her
the last two fights
wins.
she has 2 finishes. Her
Yeah.
resume is better than Vivian's.
Is
So
that
who
top
she's fought-
photoshopped or is that legit?
No, that's legit. That's a KGB Lee. KGB Lee. Apparently,
She's
though,
nice to
she
look at.
moved her camp to home.
Hmm.
So she's more comfortable in her training.
And she's pretty big for the weight
and
class.
she came out. She subbed Little Bullet.
Yeah.
She fucking manhunt. And who did
Who-
she
she
just
just-
knock out?
She just beat somebody pretty convincingly.
Calvillo.
Calvillo.
So she's beating some top-notch people.
Yeah.
Vivian coming off a loss to Chikagan, was it?
Chikagan, yeah.
And then she decision Roxy, right? Yeah. Vivian's going to try to
Yeah.
press it against the cage, but I think the overall grappling is better than Lee. She's a way better striker, and she'll have the distance. She'll have the range.
Yeah, I think that's goodbye for Lee at -120.
I do, and I think Lee gets this done, and she
Yeah.
probably gets it by decision. But I can also see a club and sub type situation as well.
Bro.
She's looked sharp.
And she's not bad from her jiu-jitsu from her back either.
She's look what she fucking I know it's the Little Bullet, but she made her look like a clown on the floor.
Yeah. Man, volatile right here. I don't know.
I
Is Michael Johnson going to have a resurgence?
listen. Michael Johnson's the key of blowing big moments right
4 in a row.
19 and 17.
But he's fought
Again,
some of the
this
best,
is what I mean about Tony
though.
Ferguson not being done. Michael Johnson's fighting this week,
And he's
So-
fought the
but
best
does-
of the best in the
but
division.
But does Tony Ferguson fucked him up?
Yeah.
But does Tony Ferguson ever want to be that? And I don't want to see Tony do that. But fuck Alan
Michael
Patrick.
Johnson smoked Dustin Poirier.
I have a goddamn fucking vendetta against Alan Patrick after that draw. He took the eye poke, took the easy way out, and cost me tons of fucking money in that Mason Jones fight.
I hope Michael Johnson wins this fight.
I think he
I
does
really
too.
do.
Patrick has shown me nothing.
I think his boxing, I think he'll finish Patrick.
I think he will too. Because fucking Mason Jones was beating the piss off.
Yeah,
Piss out
Jones
of
should
him.
finish him.
Yeah, Michael Johnson should win this
Johnson.
fight by knockout, ground and pound. I think so.
Jandiroba.
Give me John DeRobo by
Verna-
split decision.
Yeah, Verna Jandiroba versus Angela Hill. Angela Hill, the toughest. She's the best 13-11 fighter of all time.
What do you think makes a difference in this fight? Is there going to be grappling? Verna has the edge.
Well, listen,
it goes
we
to
just
the
saw
ground.
Hill, I think, beat Tyler Santos. Not
Yeah.
Tyler Santos. Who did she just fight? Not Santos. The girl just lost the main event. Who just lost? Lemos. I think she won that fight. I think Angela Hill should have walked
Well, I
away
feel like
with
she
that
wins every
victory.
split decision
But-
she loses.
But my point, I think they're very similar fighters. Jandiroba and Lee Moose are kind of in that same ilk.
I just think if it stays on the feet, I would think Hill has the advantage.
Even I don't see her getting to the ground. She's good at takedown defense. She's good at getting up. She's got a good get up game. She took that shot from Lee Moose, that front kick that put her out, survived, and came back. Didn't win the round, but she salvaged a respectable round out of that. It's going to be a close fight on the cards.
Yeah.
Jandiroba is an up and down fighter. She looks good one fight. She looks bad the next. Who's going to come? If it goes to decision, you got to feel like Angela Hill's going to get fucked.
Yeah, that's
It
what I'm
just
saying.
happens. Like, I'm going to sprinkle split decision in a bet. Because it's like to the point where Angela Hill has like 4 or 5 of them, and she's lost.
And she
like,
loses every
yeah,
one.
and every one of them.
Which is weird.
But I think she gets over the hump. She gets this one done.
This is rebooked.
Rebook. We talked about this a few weeks ago.
So
Candelario
Candelario's sick from the weight cut.
Making his debut off the Contender Series, I think, versus a guy Tatsuo Taira, who's supposed to be the shit from Japan. He's undefeated. He looks pretty well rounded on tape. He can finish you with the strikes. He can wrestle. He can sub people. But he's
Number one
fighting-
flyweight in Japan.
But he's fighting in Japan. So how's that going to translate? He might come over and smoke Carlos Candelario,
Or he might get smoked.
or we might say, "Oh shit, this guy is."
But my thing
fucking-
is,
so could you? You know,
Candelario was sick from the weight cut. That's why it was moved. What's going to happen this time?
I'm not worried about that.
You know?
I'm gonna treat this like it was like the same way I treated the last fight. I'm picking Candelario just because I know he's faced better competition, and I question Tara. If Tara comes out there and he puts it on a guy like Candelario, like, okay, this guy's legit, and I'll have look at a little more going forward. You know,
Diaz protege,
Guys.
Petrosky and Maximov.
Petrosky's from the tough.
Right. But,
And
oh,
then-
no.
Yeah, Petrosky's ultimate fighter.
Yeah, and then
Maximov is
was
contender
on the
series.
and he had a couple wins in UFC.
Yeah, but he's
He's a
Diaz brother
Never
protege.
forget. He talks just like him too. It's so
Yeah.
funny. Just come off a big win against Punahali Soriano with a big step up in competition.
He's
I think-
younger. He
I think
outgrapples
it's a
heavyweights.
step down in competition for him.
Could be.
Petrosky's a good grappler, but he's not a better grappler than Maximov.
Yeah, and his gas tank.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
And you know Maximov will give it everything he got.
Gilmore loses to Brian Battle on tough. And Brian Battle's not bad, but he's nothing
Yeah.
special, right? He fucking beats Michael Gilmore, who never ever should have been in the UFC. Michael Gilmore is not UFC quality fighter. And then Rom,
Yeah.
or whatever, who is the guy who disappears every 5 years and comes back to fight. He just looked dominant that fight, and he ended up winning.
Maybe
subweight in the fight.
Petrosky wins the first round, and Maximov gets him in the last two.
I don't know, Maximov, man. When he
29,
fought
28.
Soriano, that relentless grappling, he's gonna burn.
He's got the gas
out.
tank.
He might get Petrosky tired in the first 2 minutes because Petrosky can wrestle, but he has no gas tank. And if this guy can fight him off and make him chain wrestle and go through
Yeah.
all the transitions, I can see Petrosky gassing really quick and Maximov locking up a sub. It was a ninja choke. He's also a ninja choke
Yeah.
in the Ultimate Fighter. So I mean, that's pretty fucking bad to lose that in the UFC, a ninja choke. But yeah, so I think Maximov actually wins this fight and he gets a finish.
Yeah, give me Maximov.
And by fin, I think he went. I think he went.
All right, guys, we are back. Sorry about
Man, we are
some
back
technical
on. So we're talking
difficulties.
about Dustin and
Charles
Oliveira.
Oliveira.
Now, interested. Before we got cut off, I was talking about right now. There's a lot of whispers out there, and if he does beat Max Holloway for a third time, maybe Alexander Volkanovski's got to fight Charlie Oliveira. He's not going to tap. We learned that. We learned that in that T City fight. You're not going to put him out. He's quick. He's fast. He can, like I said, get in and out.
I think Charlie will box him up though.
Maybe.
But it'd be good to see him fight somebody different, you know?
And maybe
Because he's beat 3 of the same type of fighter.
We did see that.
So either give me Makachev or give me somebody like Volk. I want him to somebody
Max
to
struggled boxing him, and Charlie's not a better boxer than Max. It wasn't like
I
Max
think he's
boxing,
criminally underrated.
but he's not like Max.
He's got a great tie clinch.
He does have a great
And
tactic.
Volkanovski's short.
But
That
Volkan-
plum, he'll have a hard time
but
breaking that plum as a
Volkanovski
short
also
fighter.
works with Izzy. He can train with Izzy.
Yeah, but Izzy doesn't like really clinch a whole lot.
I guarantee.
I think
he
that
can.
plum. I think Charlie would use that plum, and he'd fucking knee him in the chin or some shit, and knock him out. Huh?
He's
I
small,
think so.
in and out, slippery. Again,
That
might
would
the
be his
fight-
advantage. That would be his advantage.
That
But
might be the wild card. in
but
that
Charles
fight.
is great at checking leg kicks.
Especially okay. Let's say Islam faces Oliveira, and Islam loses to Charlie Oliveira. Alexander Volkanovski beats Max for a third time. That's the fight to make.
Yeah, for sure. I think you got to give Charlie
I
Makachev.
think I give Islam a shot.
He's beat 3 badass strikers in a row with
Yeah.
heavy hands.
Yeah.
Give him the grappler.
Right.
Give him the heavy
And
grappler.
Islam deserves it.
And
Yeah,
Islam deserves it. Quit with his Dario shit.
Even
push
even
it back.
fucking Khabib said it right. You got 11 win streak versus a fucking 10
Yeah,
win
like
streak.
what does Makachev have to do at this point? Like, give him the fight.
Right. I'm
You
all,
know?
yeah, I'm all for it. But yeah, I mean, I think Dustin's just grasping at straws now. He just wants to fight.
Yeah, I think he should focus on money fights.
Right.
Nate Diaz, Tony Ferguson, something like that.
Right.
Even Chandler, while Connor sits out there and does what he needs to do.
I'm pretty sure that Conor Chandler's going to happen.
Because I'm going to watch
Speaking
Dustin fight. But
Speaking of Connor, Chandler calls out Connor.
I like it.
And beyond that leg kick yesterday, those fucking backflips that Chandler was doing was fucking amazing.
Dude is extremely
Standing
athletic.
Backflips after a fucking fight. And hit like 3 or 4
He's
of them,
definitely
right?
he's definitely an athletic specimen.
Man,
for sure.
man. Yeah,
And he's
I mean,
fun to
I'm
watch
like-
fight. I'm a Chandler fan. I like it. Good signing.
And I think this is a great fight for Conor. If Conor really wants to be considered a champion material, it's a fight he could win. I'm not going to say he
Yeah.
should be a favorite, but it's a fight that he could win. I don't think he deserves to come back. And beyond just the money of it, he does not deserve to go in there. You're going to diminish your champions. You're going to diminish all your division if you just keep throwing Conor these title fights.
Yeah.
It's just not going to work
I mean,
out.
even do it at 170. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I think it's a great fight. I think Connor wins. I think he has enough defensive grappling that.
Or, Dana, how about that 165 division?
He ain't gonna do that.
That
shit.
165 division. Great way to kick it off with Chandler and Conor.
Who was it? Was it Poirier said 162 would be great?
They should go put welterweight to 75 and do 65, 55, 65, 75, and then 80. That's what they should. That's how they should do the divisions.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm all for it. This is gonna be a fun fight. It'll be fun shit talking. It's everything I want to see. I'm all for it.
That'd be good.
All right, let's see. Did we already talk about Costa
We did a little
Rockhold
bit.
last week?
Yeah.
Agreed for 277
So it
on
is
July
official?
30th.
Yeah, I mean, Costa should beat the fuck out of him. Costa has been killing Twitter though.
Yeah, I've been following it.
His
Pretty good.
Twitter account is the fucking best. I don't know what that guy got into. He is fucking hilarious. If you
I haven't
don't
seen it.
follow Paulo Costa, you're somehow listening to us.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing? First off, you got your shit mixed up. But go and follow Paulo Costa. He's my favorite MMA Twitter account that there is. He's funny as shit. That picture of fucking Rose and Dana, he kept posting, and he put the DM from Dana. What are you doing, asshole? Take this down or some shit. And then he reposted. He put it as his banner. his banner. He is great on Twitter. I'm pretty sure he's probably good on Instagram too, but I don't really do too much Instagram work. But he should win this fight. Rockhold in his prime, I think this would be an awesome fight. But he's been out of the cage
He's
for a
got
while.
Patty now. It's
Yeah, does he?
banner.
Yeah, he
With
switched
the
that
ice cream
one.
cone. He's got this like 80s fucking Chips vibe
Yeah,
picture.
let's go through his tweets. Go there, you have a fun time. But yeah, I think he's gonna be too big, too physical, too young, and he's gonna end up fucking knocking out Rockhold early in this fight too. He hits hard. He hits real hard, and Rockhold goes night night.
What the hell's going on?
Yeah, he's got that.
It's time to work out.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of rock old.
Like somebody had posted a picture of like him with like superimposed on a chick's hair was coming
Yeah, I
down.
saw that.
And,
Happy
like,
Mother's Day or
Yeah,
something.
He's paid somebody to do this.
and he's like, ooh, I want to date your girlfriend because it looks like him or whatever.
Yeah.
Or he's like a picture of him with his shirt off. He's like, if this guy shows up, your girlfriend's your ex-girlfriend. Fucking love him. Yeah, he's done a fucking career.
Judges watching a boxing fight during the Rose fight.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Gamrot.
This we were talking about. I'm a wedding day. I'm gonna be watching this on the phone while I say I
Man,
do.
this is a great fight.
This is an amazing fight. Sarukian's got a fucking path, doesn't he? Talk about building fighters up. He's already been through Islam.
Yeah.
He just beat Alvarez. Diago's the tough early fight down. If he goes through, whoever wins this fight, they get a rocket strapped to their back.
Vanessa Demopoulos is on this card.
So pop that thing.
Jin Frey.
Jin.
Chris Curtis.
Hodolfo. Ooh, that's a fun
That's an
Yo,
interesting
man.
combination there. Striker, grapple. That's old school MMA right there. Paiva, Morozov, boring. Diago's my boy, Thiago Moises.
Magny Shavkat.
Wow, the fall of Moises. Last year, he was in a main event with Islam.
Well, we're going to talk about him.
He was in a main event with Islam last year. Now he's fighting Diago's.
We're talking about that big fall for Grace soon, I hope.
And Gamrot Sarukian, awesome fight. Two up and comers at 155.
I like Sarkurian. I think he's pretty well rounded.
So is Gamer though.
He is too.
So this is gonna be an amazing fight. This is gonna be a good one. I'm glad I got a month to figure out who I think is gonna win this fight. I faded Sarukian when I didn't want to, and it fucked me. You talked me into Joel Alvarez.
Yeah, I thought he'd sub him.
You fucking convinced me. You sold me.
Shit happens.
All right. Volkanovski, Holloway 3 booked for 276.
I mean,
1-1
Touched
right
on this
now.
a
We
little
need
bit.
it.
They're the ones in featherweight. Like, there's nobody else to do these fights. You got. I still think Max is the featherweight GOAT,
Oh, I'd say so. Yeah.
but if Volk gets him again,
Connor never defended the featherweight title, did he?
no, and Max beat Aldo. I know people are right now screaming, Jose Aldo. Well, Max beat Jose Aldo.
Yeah.
And so,
Twice, didn't he?
Yeah, so, like, that's why. And Aldo's great. Aldo is
Yeah.
great, don't get me wrong. And WEC Aldo especially, fucking amazing. But if Volk is able to, and I don't agree that he won the second one. The first one was kind of sketchy, too. If Max gets 3 wins against, Volkanovski gets 3 wins against fucking Max Holloway at lightweight.
It's time to step up. He's
And
got to
that's
go
just,
up.
I am the best in that division of all time because Max, like Calvin Cater, is crushing people right now, and Max made him look like he was a fucking Homer Simpson. That's what Max made him look like. So again, it's a great fight. Only 2 guys really at featherweight that are really worth seeing.
Where did that Cejudo talk go? That kind of died down real fast.
Cejudo wants it.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't think
he's
he
now
gives
in
a
the
shit.
pool, right?
Yeah, he's
The
got like
nothing-
6 months before that. Cejudo, but also my boy Aljo was in Phoenix calling out Cejudo the whole time, so he's trying to cut that one going too. But yeah, I mean, great fight. And again, like we talked about with Oliveira, if Oliveira beats Islam and he beats Max, that super fight's got to happen. That's the next super fight to make.
We actually, Thiago Santos, Jamal Hill, August 6th.
R.I.P. Diago Santos.
Is it?
Yes.
Or is it taking pictures the whole time?
Jamal Hill ain't gonna take pictures.
I hope not.
Jamal Hill has never taken pictures.
Thought Magomed wouldn't take pictures.
Yeah, but Jamal Hill's a different animal. Jamal Hill hits people and their lives change. The way that Johnny Walker looked like he got a sniper shot in that fight. I've never seen a person fall that way. He hits like a motherfucker, and he is gonna put Thiago.
I mean, I think Santos is on his way out, and Hall should knock him out. But
Santos
is
is
be
like
slow.
the light heavyweight. What's his name? Arlovsky right now. That's basically what he is at this point. He points his way. He kind of lulls people to sleep. But Jamal Hill's gonna come and throw.
They just had their baby. Maybe we won't have so much stress.
Yeah, look at that pretty motherfucker up there.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I think Jamal Hill fucking is gonna knock Thiago out. He's gonna give the hammer to the hammer.
And then finally, let's couple.
Oh, I thought
cuts.
these two were about to fight. I'm like, I thought they got cut.
Mutano gets cut. Grundy, Hubbard among the latest UFC cuts.
Well, Mutino never should have been there. He got
Yeah.
that last second with Sugar. It's like for a payback. They didn't give him another fight.
You got
Right?
the
For doing me a favor, I do you a
brakes
favor.
beat
Man,
off
there's
of him.
a giant list of people who got cut.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow,
Striegel-
Vendermini, Ziam, Vargas, Striegel, Strader, Souza.
At first, I thought I
wow.
said Brutus Silva.
Devontae
What?
Smith,
Zurong.
Zurong,
Yeah. Jenkins, of course.
Cameron Else, Kroom's gone.
Gilmore.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
they went on a spree there.
nobody on that list really is that shocking, though.
Yeah.
A few younger guys. I mean,
Devontae
Grundy,
Smith, I was kind of surprised by. Who did he lose to in his last fight?
Didn't he get knocked the fuck out?
Did he?
But yeah, I mean, Grundy, bad fight IQ. We went right into Marikani's fucking guard, and that London card, and good wrestler. That's about it. Mutino, great punching bag. Great punching bag. A couple other guys, like we talked about Barry last week with the fucking Mike Jackson fight. How terrible that was. Who else is on that list? Go back down.
Oh, he lost a
Luigi
split decision
Venturini,
to Ladovic.
Luigi Venderimi, and Kasua Vargas. So if you lose to Patty Pimblett, you're getting cut. That's Patty Pimblett's 2 wins right there. Are cut.
Yeah.
Farasiham, again, not a guy that I had too high hopes. Mark Strego, another bad. Jesse Strader, another guy that was a last-second replacement. They gave him a couple fights because he
popped
yeah.
for the drugs. Yeah.
Bruno Souza. Which was Bruno Souza?
He's the one that just lost to who the fuck did he fight?
Zhu Rong is a
I can't
prospect.
remember.
I think he does have talent, but he's not ready.
No.
He's not ready for the UFC. He should go and refine his game a little bit. He might end up being back, or he goes to maybe, I don't know if he wants to stay stateside. He can go to Bellator or LFA or something like that. If he wants to go back home to Asia, he can go to one and kind of refine his game a little bit. But he has talent. He just does not do it. Cameron Else, punching bag. Austin Hubbard, solid fighter, but again, nothing to write home about. Jenkins just got fucked up. Who did Jenkins just
Jakar Close killed him.
Yeah, just fucked him up. Grundy, again, good wrestler about it.
He got choked by
Gilmore might be
Murakami.
the worst fighter in UFC history.
Yeah.
Michael Gilmore is
Cameron
bad.
Else bad.
Kevin Crew,
Kevin
my
Crew
boy. Let me see
bad.
Kevin. Who's that? Who's iced him?
Well, he cut down and got knocked out by
It was like 2 weeks ago.
at 135. Who knocked him out? I can't remember.
Was it Gary?
Yeah. Yeah, one of those. Yeah.
Or
One of
no,
those.
it was the Alatang.
One of those
Alatang.
Asian fighters.
Alatang. Yeah, one of those Asian.
One of those
fighters.
Asian fighters. Mongolian, Chinese.
And then Dean Barry, who didn't have too much promising. I'm not surprised by these people. Not at all.
All right, well, that'll wrap it up this week for the good.
Later.
We will be back next week to talk about, recap Vegas.
We had a big pay-per-view card after that, right? June something? What is
What's coming up?
275 is June, I think.
Upcoming. Oh, there's the
No, home beer is
Oh,
not.
God.
The Fury and
Prochazka.
Glover. There's another title fight on there too, isn't there?
Well, there's a 275.
Ooh, 276. 276 one with Izzy and Cannonier and like that.
That's the one I
Supposedly
was thinking of.
Hamzat and
Oh,
yeah.
Shevchenko and Santos.
This is gonna be a good
Whaley.
card. This is gonna be a fucking good card though too.
Poolibal. Madalena. Jacob Malcoon, Brendan Allen.
I love the way
Blood
King looks.
Diamond.
Yeah. He looks like a Mortal Kombat.
That's
character.
exactly what I said. He looks just like somebody from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and then 276 TBD.
That's the main event?
No, the main event's gonna be supposed to be Izzy and Cannonier.
Oh, at 276.
O'Malley.
So I'm gonna go. Ooh,
Uriah Hall.
Munoz Hall.
he's gonna strangle Hall.
I think so.
All right, so there's got some good fights coming up.
Fun one too.
Tavares is a sleeper in that one.
We will see you next week.
I think that would be crazy too. It's a regular fight night with London. That's a pay-per-view.